Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of the Kindred Stitch Folk. I'm Emily. I hope everybody has been doing really well. It's been a month since my last video because I went on a 3-week vacation with my son down to Oregon and California to travel around with my parents in their motorhome, and we had a fabulous time. Absolutely fabulous. We spent a lot of that time, the majority of that time, on the coast of Oregon and just frolicked in the sand. And you can see I've got sun, and I got a little sunburnt up here. I still worked from where I was at. I need you to stop that, okay? No more barking. I know. We've got a windy day going on here, so, you know. But it was absolutely fabulous. And it reminded me how much I really loved that lifestyle. And, you know, I would love to go back to it, but circumstances are as they are, probably not going to happen. But it does mean that I got a lot of stitching done. In fact, I have a finish. Yeah. Not, well, do I have a finish? That's kind of an interesting question. So in this beautiful project bag that I'm sure you are all very jealous of, I started and quote unquote finished a project for my sister for her birthday. This is a free pattern from Owl Forest Embroidery. So I completed this windmill for my sister for her birthday. And I say it's sort of complete. According to the pattern, this is totally complete. But I want to put in my older sister's initials, my younger sister's, my mother's initials, and then our maiden name down here, and maybe the year my parents got married. I'm not sure. But I did all of this one in the, oh my, do I not have that? Do I not have that in here? I don't know what the DMC blue is that I used in there because I have the next one, but I don't have that one in here. So the pattern is called, so I can't tell you what DMC color I used for it, but it was a blue, okay? My inspiration for this is we all collect china plates, and this is very much, to me, I wanted it to look like a china plate. So stark white of the cloth for the Ada. And I did use 14 count Ada on this one because I wanted it to be larger. And then I used a blue overall, 2 strands. And then, so this is from Owl Forest Embroidery, edit. Let's see the whole page here. There we go. Okay, and save. And make it smaller. So yeah, it's just a free pattern on their website. It's just called Windmill. I've seen a couple other Flosstubers do this. And by the way, holy cow, there are so many Flosstubers. Wow. So yeah. I don't have a large following, and I know why. Well, you know, it could also be that I'm just not interesting. But anyway, I then started a second one on, so this is all on one piece here. And I started the second one of the exact same, but on DMC variegated 121 DMC. And so this one for my older sister, Amy, will be slightly different because it will have variegated thread. And then I don't know what color I'm going to do for me. And then if I get around to it, I'll do my mom's too. I'll create my mom's as well. But, oh, let's see. One thing I did on my vacation is I got these cards, and I started writing down my start date. Okay, so the floss I used on this one was Coats and Clark, something in blue, Coats and Clark. I don't know though. And then the second one, and then on the back, I put down the dates that I worked on the project. And because I didn't bring my book with me, of my planner with me, so then I started the second card for my sister Amy's and have the dates on the back that I worked on that one for Amy as well. So I'm getting there. My sister's birthday, Kelsey's birthday, was the 23rd of April. And so obviously I'm late because today is the 28th. And but she knows it's coming. She knows I just had finish paralysis problems. And she absolutely loves it. And we talked about where to place the initials and our name and stuff. So now I got to get back on that and finish that up. The next project I worked on while I was gone is my monthly house. That is a stamped piece by Fairy Cross Stitch. And I got, let's see if I can get this so that it doesn't look so bad here. I got the majority of the house done while I was gone. I actually started this project on a beach in the Redwoods. Yeah, I never thought about the Redwoods being on the coast of California. I don't know why, but they are. So there was a beach we really loved. My mother and I loved to go rock hunting, and this beach was amazing for rock hunting. So I started this project on there. I'll insert a little video of me starting that here. I think the orientation is different than how I have it here, so it might look a little funny. But I got a lot of the house done, not all of it. So these are also, all of the kits are on 14 count. The Ada is very stiff. And so, I mean, it could stand up on its own just from that. But this is a very small project. There's no reason why I can't get them done every month, but I don't. But my plan is to take this, I'm going in for surgery tomorrow. So my plan is to take this as my cross stitch piece for while I'm in the hospital. And then I did start a pair of socks while I was gone. I won't show that to you because it's down in my car because now it's my traveling knitting. And anyway, but I did start a knitting project finally. So, but this and then my socks that I'm working on will go with me for surgery. And so I'm excited about that. Another piece that I worked on that I absolutely love, and oh my gosh, I just want to get back to it all the time, is called Where Love Resides by Lila Studios. And the piece looks like like that. I love this piece. So I've completed all of the top, and now I'm working right here on this big medallion. And I've chosen my own adventure with the thread colors. So you can't see the whole piece because of my hoop, but because I didn't measure correctly on my fabric, I am doing all the sides first and then going to do the middle. And so this is where I'm currently at. And I'm working on 20 count Ada. And I don't know if I know what the name of the fabric is. Do I? 20 count Ada, Lila Studio. Did I write down? Witch Alt 20 count and Hard Anchor Winter Gray. So, and I have all of the flosses here that I've chosen to use for mine. So I'm going to read off them, and maybe if I actually feel like I'm actually going to edit this piece, then I will actually even put those in the show notes. Let's hope that I have enough energy to do that. I'm terrible at show notes and I want to be better, but it's so overwhelming to me. I actually, when that part comes up on loading things up onto YouTube, my mind literally goes blank. I don't have any idea what to write there. So I end up pretty much not writing anything, which is very frustrating to me and to you, I'm assuming. But the floss conversion, these are what I've got. And so I'll read those off to you. In DMC, I've got 150, number 500, 828, 833, 839, 890, 902, 924, 932, 939, 951, 3722, 3799, 3808, 3823, and 3833. And I chose those colors because I wanted some more vibrancy in here. Because if you'll notice on this piece, I don't know if you can see it very well, but on this piece, there's not a lot of color. The medallions around the outside are all very muted and in tones or shades that are really similar. And then I know why she did it, because she wanted the main focus to be on the image in the middle with the house and the lady and the gentleman in there with the word home. But me being me, I just wanted the whole thing to have color. So I changed all of the colors in this. I don't think I kept any colors the same. So, right here, this medallion that I'm working on is supposed to be a bluish gray, and I've got it as a raspberry color. What colorway, what number is this? This is number 150, DMC 150. So I've just got lots of different colors going on. Plus, I am stitching this on the winter gray witch alt, and that's some of the colors didn't show up very well for me on that, so I had to choose my own adventure. I love doing that. I love doing that. It's so much fun. But this is one of the ones that I think about all the time. I want to work on it all the time. But on 20 count, one strand, I feel like I need a little bit more lighting. And I don't know if you can notice, this is about as bright as it's been getting here. So when I was in Oregon, I actually got I worked on it a couple days there, and I got a lot of that medallion done, which is a lot of stitches. Like that medallion alone, let's just see. Let's see what markup says I did. So I've done 1,722 stitches on that piece. And while I was gone on vacation, so I'm 20% done. Wow, I'm 20% done. That doesn't feel like it. So that medallion alone is so far over 700 stitches, and I'm not done with that medallion, right? It's kind of astounding how many stitches can go into each little piece, All right, so moving on to my beloved Inconceivable Sampler. I met my goal. I have completed the entire frame. I have a few threads I need to cut off, but actually it goes this way. And now I was just so invested in working on some other project. Man, that looks so good, doesn't it? Doesn't that look amazing? Ah, I love it so much. Maybe I can screen grab this and make it my cover photo. But it gives me so much peace of mind to have all of this frame in here, and then I now can go back in and stitch whatever I want. I can stitch the Cliffs of Insanity, or I can stitch the As You Wish, or Rodents of Unusual Size. I don't think they exist, and so on and so forth. Or I can stitch a teeny tiny one. I don't even know what this one is, but I can do whatever I want. And I am really excited about this. So I'm gonna be working on this some too, that while I'm relaxing, because this is on 16 count, I believe. Or is this 18 count? I think this is 18 count. But this is an off-brand that I got from 121 Stitch, that sister company of Fairy Cross Stitch. So I've got all of that in here, and the threads I'm using, as I talked about last time, are sulky threads, 12 weight. What I've decided to do, so the blue, which was the frame, is all done now. I've completed that, so I'm not going to use any more blue. But the blue so it's 12 weight cotton petites. And the blue is number one, I mean 712. Then what I've decided to do is each square will have its own brown shade. So I'm not gonna like use both shades in one square, but once, so I'll just alternate as I see, as I want to. That's what my brain is saying works best for me right now. But this golden brown is wait, okay. No, okay, so 712 is something else. The actual colorway on the blue is 1197. So that wasn't right. Okay. And then this golden brown is 1056. And this nice kind of earthy brown, well, not kind of, it's definitely an earthy brown because what brown isn't? This one is 1130. That looks like it's got a little bit of red in it, right? You can see a little bit, like in this light, I can see some purpley hues coming through. And in this one, a lot more, I don't know, what undertone is that? Yellow, maybe? I guess. Anyway, I just think it's so beautiful all together. I love it. So I'm going to be doing those. Got everything all together. I should be good to go. I've got my pattern on here. So how many stitches did the frame take? I will tell you, it was a lot. I will tell you that. I know that. So I have stitched 6,351 stitches. That's an odd number for a frame. Shouldn't it be an even number? That's interesting. Anyway, I'm 17.54% done, and there's a total of 36,218 stitches in this entire piece. It's a big piece. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. So I'm super excited about that. But just the frame of that whole piece, over 6,000 stitches. Isn't that astounding? And I did that in a month and a half, about. I mean, technically, I kind of really only did it in 4 weeks, but we'll say a month and a half just to give me some leeway. I'm pretty impressed with that. So it's kind of no wonder I didn't get other things done, right? I mean, it's not exciting stitching for you as my viewer to see, but hey, we're done. Then on my whip wheel, so Inconceivable Sampler, I actually switched out from a Christmas piece from the Jingle Bell Ball on my whip go. So that meant that one, because it's my whip go, my rules, right? And then the other one that was called is Rio de Janeiro by Awesome Pattern Studio. And I'm doing this as a present for my brother Eli, who lived in Rio de Janeiro for 2 years. And so I got a really good portion of it done. In fact, I got more done than you see here because what happened is right here, I actually somehow, I don't know what happened, but I picked the wrong thread color from my pack. And I literally stitched all of this right here. This kind of weird triangle, upside down triangle. I stitched all of that, which was about 300 stitches. And then I realized that I had chosen the wrong thread, had to rip all of it out and then restitch it. So I did, I restitched it, and then I came over here, got all that complete, did a little bit of the tree. Then I came back down here and stitched this kind of periwinkle purple. I'm almost done with it up here. So I've stitched, well, let's find out, shall we? How much have I stitched while I was gone? Because my goal was to do 500 because, I don't know, it wasn't calling to me. Even though I enjoy stitching on it, actually, though, I enjoyed it less this time because of the mistake I made. I would have had an amazing time stitching on it, and I wouldn't have begrudged the 500 stitches at all if I hadn't made that humongous mistake. So, you know, life happens like that. Let's see here. Info. I have stitched 2,048 stitches on this piece. While I was away, I stitched, okay, I'm gonna have to round up a bit. So that's about I stitched about 682 stitches over a course of 3 days. So not bad. But then the picture, in case you want to actually know what it looks like, there it is there for you. So it's going to end up looking like that. Isn't that pretty? I love Awesome Pattern Studio. I love because I feel like their patterns are engaging, but they're blocky. This is very blocky as far as color goes. It's not, there's no confetti in it whatsoever. But also, a person of advanced skill will enjoy stitching on it as well as being accessible and doable or accomplishable for a beginner stitcher. So I actually I have a wholesale account with them, and I'm thinking about teaching a class and using just the Awesome Pattern Studio patterns or kits, and having my students like pick out a pattern, a kit from Awesome Pattern Studio, and then we just work on it together, right? So everybody gets their own kit. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that'd be fun. So it's kind of like a stitch along, kind of also a class. So the last thing I worked on while I was gone, which I feel like I'm missing something. I really feel like there's a piece that I worked on that I'm just missing. I don't know if I left it behind in my parents' motorhome or what, but I started, just barely started. I don't know how to say it. Nechama? 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 But I think it's the Israeli word for God of comfort. I think that's what it is. And this is by the Dutch Stitcher. She's got a Flosstube, so go and follow her. I love it. And she's got a lot of really calming patterns like this of the different names. I don't know, maybe it's not even in Israeli. Maybe this is, I know, I feel like this is Israeli. But it could be in Dutch. I don't know. For me, the God of comfort is a very important phrase and term. What have I been working on this on? So I picked up some from Hobby Lobby. You're going to see my haul in a minute, but from Hobby Lobby, I picked up a lot of fabric. This happens to be 25 count Lugana and in the color Natural. And it's a Zweigart base. And I literally have that much done. I'll even find out how many stitches that is. That's 124 stitches. That's all I have done. So the threads I'm using for this is actually by Night Stalker Studio. I'm in their Patreon and I absolutely love them. Love them. And this is the first time I've actually gotten to stitch with their floss, even though for like 6 months, I've been a member of their Patreon. So the two colors that I've chosen from my stash to work on this is the raspberry-ish color is Mystic Madam, and the green or sea green is called Peppermint. And I've decided to use those two colors with this. I mean, you guys, obviously it's Emily. What else am I going to choose? You know, though, I have been thinking about how I want to break out of my shell of the same color themes that I choose over and over again. I know it's a comfort thing, just like I was just talking about, but at the same time, like, it'd be nice to choose other colors, once in a while, break things up a little bit. I mean, I think that's going to be pretty. Very, very kind of folksy. Do I want to call it folksy? Do I want to call it free spirit like? Which I don't know if that leans well towards this piece, but I'm going with it anyway. So yeah, I've just got that much done. I started it the last day I was with my parents on our vacation in their motorhome. I just had enough time that morning to stitch 124 stitches before we had to head off to the airport. And I haven't touched it in the 5 days I've been home. Actually, have I stitched at all since I've been home? I haven't stitched at all. Oh my gosh, what is happening? I mean, I was kind of a maniac on my trip. Like, it's so weird. I really just wanted to stitch the whole time we were gone. Even at times when we were on the beach, I just wanted to stitch. And now we're home. And I guess I've just been catching up on a lot of things, work especially. And then also, I've been getting ready to go in for surgery. My niece had her um, art show yesterday that we went to see. Here, let me grab the poster for that. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen me post it there. But my niece had her art show. I think this is the poster slash invitation to it. But this is part of one of the images that, and this one is called Joy. This painting is called Joy. Awesome. I want you to stop, buddy. And so there's just been a lot going on. And I've been in a ridiculous amount of pain. So I cannot wait to have this surgery and feel better. I really don't want to mess up that poster. It's a keepsake. But while I was gone, some of the things that my mom and I did, I have this app called, okay, hold on, let me get it. Merlin Bird ID. Wow, there are 66,326 people listening right now. So I'll tell you what that means in a minute. But this is a free app. Oh, you can't see it at all. This is a free app by Cornell College. And it's really amazing because all you have to do is press this green button. It will start listening through your phone. It will listen for birds and it will identify the birds by sound alone. While I was gone, sound ID sessions. While I was gone, look, you can't even see this, but I did a lot of, these are just the ones I saved, but I did a lot of listening. There was one point that we were listening, we were at Face Rock Beach in Southern Oregon, Face Rock, I'm not really sure which it is. And I was able to identify just by sound alone. I actually identified it and then I wanted to make sure I was correct. So I turned on my Merlin app and I was right. I got a bald eagle. And of course, I know what a bald eagle sounds like. I'm an Alaskan. They're all over the place here. Plus, we've got bald eagles. Well, at our condo, we've got nesting bald eagles in our back patch area. And so I know what they sound like when they're going in for the kill. I know what their trill that they put out when they're just kind of communicating back and forth. And when I identified it, I was like, Mom, isn't that an eagle? And my mom was like, no, that doesn't sound like an eagle. I was like, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So I turned on the app, identified it, and it was a rare find. They're not usually found in that area. In fact, I think I was the first person to identify a bald eagle at Rock Face, Oregon Beach. Face Rock? Here, let me see. Rock Face Brewers. No, but here at this state campground, here, let me just see. Look at all these birds that I identified at this state campground in, I think this was in Bandon. But like you guys all know what a Stellar's Jay sounds like, but I'm still gonna play it for you anyway. Okay. How do I play it? There it is. So what it does is, so on here, let's make this darker. On here, there are two people who have recorded soundings of blue jays, myself and somebody from Arizona has a recording on here. Then there's the Bewick Wren, and here is what they sound like. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, it's so beautiful. One that I really love is the purple finch. It took me forever to actually find them. I was hearing them, and I had to walk around this entire campground for like 45 minutes before I finally caught it. But here is what Isn't that beautiful? Do I need to play it again? That's the purple finch. Oh, it was just so lovely. Why was I telling you that? Oh, I remember why. Okay, how do I stop it? Did I stop it? Nope, it's still playing. How do I? Guess I just have to turn off the app. But while I was gone, my mom has always loved birds. And so I asked my mom if I could stitch something for her that had a bird on it. If you liked it, you should have put a bird on it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, and I always have known that my mom loves the Nevermore poem. And so I was aware of this pattern by Lila Studios, and I love Lila Studio, absolutely adore her. And my mom immediately gravitated to it. But like myself, she wants more vibrant colors. It's just a little too melancholy of colors for her. So I'm going to start stitching this up. I just need to figure out what colors I want for it. So I got that while I was gone. And then I'm so excited about that. My mom's just going to absolutely love it. I think I might want to start creating some patterns of birds, of the different birds that I've recognized, and start creating like little small pillows for my mom of them, like the purple finch. That would be so cool to create a pattern for that. Maybe I'll put them out there for free or something. I don't know. But it's just something super special to me and my mom, you know? So I want to do that. And then while I was gone, I caved. There was no sale going on or anything, but there's this one pattern that has been I've been trying to resist purchasing from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Somebody, I think it was the 310 Stitcher, was working on it, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to do it, and it's the mini traveling library. I got the mini version because that's where I'm at right now with full coverage. I would love to have said that I could do the max color full size version, but no. So on this one, there are, let's see, I know there's a place I can find out how many there are. Okay, wait, hold on. Go back to that. Total stitches on this is 79,625. I don't know. It says it's worked on even weave, 25 count, and it's going to be 9 inches, 9 3/4 inches wide by 13 inches high. But it doesn't say on here how many flosses are there. I swear though, it's about, I can't remember if it's 80 or 89 colors on here. Let's see, does it edit? No. Hmm. Yeah. I had it at one point. I knew where to find it in Markup XP at one point. Now I just don't know. But so those were the two digital things I've got. I have splurged and I bought a whole new set of CXC threads, $40. But that, I mean, that's nothing compared to like DMC because I was starting to kit up that and another project this morning, which I'll go and grab in just a second. And I just don't, I've the flosses for the one full set of CXC that I have, I've utilized in all these other projects, and I'm I'm going to need a lot of DMC 310 for the black on this one. So I'm going to need to order a couple more skeins of that. But it's just gonna it's gonna put me at ease knowing that I have a full set yet again of CXC threads, and I can pick and make sure that I've got all the colors I need for the mini traveling library because I want to get going on that so bad, so bad. But I'm probably going to wait until I think the threads come tomorrow, not sure, while I'm in surgery. And I'm just going to start with black, but I'm going to wait until like Saturday to start that piece. I hope. It all depends on if I'm off of the painkillers on Saturday. If I'm not off the painkillers, I'm not going to start. But then also, I asked you guys to vote on some sample pieces that I can start working on for my shop. I didn't ask you guys, I asked Instagram. And you guys voted on a couple that, oh, one overall. I think they are both on my bed. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I keep losing this pattern. It's so tiny. This pattern here is called With Kindness by JBW Designs. And it's a small piece, but actually it's kind of a large piece. If you stitch it on 36 count Zweigart in the color platinum, the finished size will be 7.2 inches wide by 4.3 inches high. So it's 130 stitches wide by 77 high. So the fabric that I chose from my stash, I think, I'll make sure that this is what I'm gonna do, but is I chose 32 count lamb's wool linen from 123 Stitch. I got this from. You heard me right. Linen. I'm gonna stitch on linen. Gonna give it a try because I feel like this is a simple enough piece that I could learn on it and then move on to the other big piece, which I was kitting up this morning, which is A Gentleman's Daughter. You guys, the people on Instagram also voted on this. Instagram and Facebook voted on this one. And I'm going to stitch that on Zweigart Cashel linen in 28 count. So it's going to be pretty big. I think it's going to be, actually, I can't remember how big it's going to be, but it's going to be pretty big because they stitched this one on 36 count linen. But I'm going to stitch it on 28 count linen. So it's going to, with 2 threads over 2. And I asked ChatGPT to do a DMC conversion because on A Gentleman's Daughter, there's only one DMC color in this entire thing. Everything else is Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks. Yeah, that's it. And then one DMC color. Well, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to stitch on pieces and have samples up in my shop that are going to be special threads. I might do 1 or 2, but by and large, I want them to be on DMC threads because I don't want to outprice. I know it's not that. I just want everything to be economical and affordable, you know? But then I had a hard time because even with that, between my CXC threads and my DMC threads, I still didn't have all the colors that ChatGPT did for the conversion. So then we had to do conversion upon conversion, and I've come up with these colors for this pattern, which I still think is going to be good. So what ChatGPT said to me, so this is the gospel according to ChatGPT, is that because I'm not using the hand-dyed threads, I'm going to have a little bit more of a flatter look, and it's not going to look as vintagey or antique-y as the design piece does. So, and also some of the colors, while there will be a flatter look, there will be a little bit more vibrant as well, if that makes sense. Like the colors will be flatter in look, but more intensive colors at the same time, which I like that idea. I'm good with that. So that's what we're going with for this. I think it's going to turn out just great. And I'm excited to finally bite the bullet and stitch on linen. I might not like it. I might just go back just to Ada. I don't know, but I want to give it a try. So that's why I'm starting with the pattern With Kindness. I know I'm starting on a higher count fabric, which is the 32. I might even switch out that fabric for a 28 because that seems more doable to me. But because I want to probably make this into a pillow just like she did, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to make it into a pillow. Maybe I want it as a flat finish or a framed piece. Because to me, this do all things with kindness. That's it's like, it's almost my life motto. It's not quite. I think, do all things with gentleness would be more my quote, and my lifestyle. Live with compassion. That would be a lot more of who I am. Um, but kindness is pretty much there. So, and I love JBW designs. This is the only pattern I own of hers, but I want a lot more. I really want a lot more of hers. And then there's some others that were voted on that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the campers rules, something like that. I can't remember. I think that's going to be on Ada for sure. Um, I say all these things and I'm not really sure. I just found this. But those are current plans, um, sort of, because you know me, I just kind of go off kilter and go off book all the time. Um, but those are my current desires to work on. Now it's time for haul. Are you guys ready for this? It's a lot. Because I went down there with the idea that I knew I was going to have a Hobby Lobby, and I knew I gave myself $200 to spend at Hobby Lobby. I think I spent between the two trips, I think I spent about 210. I went over by $10, I believe. And then, and I only went over because I bought a few gifts as well. Hobby Lobby is like, in this day and age, Hobby Lobby is very affordable. I needed to come to Alaska. Mm. And then at the one dedicated niche, not niche shop, cross stitch, I'm gonna call it a studio, but it's a needle workshop that I went to. It was called the Cottage Needle. It was in Medford, Oregon, and she's amazing. You can find her on Etsy. Rochelle is amazing. I adore her. She took the time to sit with me for hours and talk to me about owning a needle workshop and gave me so many insights, so many ideas, alleviated so many fears, and I just feel so much more capable now that I've had that conversation with her. So let's start with what I got from Rochelle at the Cottage Needle, shall we? Because that's exciting stuff. Oh, and then I went to one, I guess we call it a craft store. It was an interesting place because it's co-owned by two women. One woman focuses on quilting and fabric, and the other one focuses on a lot of other crafty things, yeah, but focus more on the fiber arts. So yarn, uh, needlework. There was something else that she had in there. Oh, she had some beading stuff in there. But one of the things that she does is that she actually does a lot of buy from local people and resell it. Kind of like, you know how like at used bookstores you can bring in your used books and get trade, and you can get some stuff in the store for that trade. She does something similar to that. And that's an idea that I've had for my store, is that if there are kits that people, or fabric that's in good condition, or even floss that's in good condition, or supplies of all sorts that are in good condition, that people would like to trade me to get credit in my store to then get something else in exchange for it. And I know that I can go on and resell it to somebody else at a fair price. I want to be able to do that. So this woman does that. So we'll start there because I just got a couple things from her. But I got this kit from Needles and Hoops. I don't know who they are, but it's Take Time to Smell the Roses. And this is stamped. This is more linen type fabric, but the kit comes on, it's stamped fabric, but it looks like linen. I don't know if it actually is linen because I haven't broken into it yet, or if they've just made the fabric simulate the look of linen, but I really liked this. Let's see, does this? No, okay. Then the other two that I got from her, I got this one, With God, All Things Are Possible. I got this kit, and this is by Janlin, and it is a counted kit. I don't know that I'm going to do the phrase on there, or if I'm just going to hold this as stock to resell at my shop. I don't know. We'll see. And then the last one, this one was an incomplete kit, so I got it at a really good deal from her. It just doesn't have the fabric in it, so that's no big deal. But, oh, who's this by? Doesn't say. But I got this cute thing, so I guess I can just make up whatever I want and stitch it on whatever fabric size I want. Oh, wait, does this not even have the pattern in it? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to open this because I'm confused. I see fabric poking through all of a sudden. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they're bookmarks. This is a complete kit. Somebody even started it. Oh, interesting. Uh, well, I guess that's the complete kit. It's counted cross stitch, but it's kind of like on it's almost plastic. Maybe it even is plastic. I don't know. That's interesting. But it's counted cross stitch. That's cool. I'm gonna take a look at that more later. So those are the three things that I got from her. And there's the needle coming out to poke me. But then from the cottage needle, let's start with the pattern, shall we? I got a lot because she just came back from market, so she had a lot of market stuff, but that wasn't really, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of really cute things there, but she had the best collection of Brenda Gervais patterns, and I don't think I own any of Brenda Gervais patterns, and so I kind of went a little hog wild on that. So let's start with her. So speaking of, this actually did come out at market. This is called the 123 ABC sampler, or ABC 123 sampler. And that just came out at market. There is a stitch along going on with this. Can't remember who's doing it on Flosstube, but somebody is doing it. She's a really well-known floss tuber. Can't remember who that is. Then I also got Essay and Plier Petite collection from her.
Mommy.
Hi, Gingy.
I want food.
You want more food?
Mommy.
Okay.
Show it.
Yeah, I'm doing my show. Come over here. They can't see you over there. No, you got to come closer to Mama. Come here. Come here, silly. There you are.
That's over there.
Yeah.
Want some food?
You want some food? Okay, Mama's almost done, okay?
Oh.
And I'll get you some. And then I got two of her trios. I got the autumn trio and I got the winter trio. So the winter trio I absolutely adore. And then I don't know if this pattern is included or I don't know. I have to look at this more, but I don't know if you can make the petites or this banner, but it's so freaking cute. And then I got the autumn trio. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking adorable. There's a fox, there's a squirrel, and there's an owl, and I just love them all. And then on the back, there's this image here. So you know what? I'm just gonna open up Autumn Trio and find out. Because I would love to be able to stitch that banner. Yes, I want to stitch the little pillows, but this banner is so freaking adorable. Okay, let's see what goes on here. So stitch into individual pillows or all together into one long design that is perfect for framing. So that's what she says. Okay, so it's still So you still get each individual design. This came out in August or autumn of 2025, but you can just stitch them all in a row to make the banner. Okay. That's cool. I really like this. Oh, I don't know which I want to do more. I really don't. I'm super excited to stitch something by Brenda Gervais. Everybody raves about her. According to Rochelle, Brenda Gervais is not allowing any more wholesale accounts. So I won't be able to stock her stuff unless some miracle happens. But, you know, so I just went ahead and let my heart go wild at her shop. Then I got this one, Stars and Stripes. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. This came out in 2014. I like that one. I think it's in my room. Go look in mommy's room. Okay. This is another market release from this year. Quaker Snippets number 3. I got that one. Oh wait, no, this came out in 2025. Well then why is this a market release? I don't know. Wow, it's 11 by 11 inches stitched on 40 count. Wow. So, and I'm not gonna, maybe I'll do 20 count Ada on this then. That could be fun. You found it? Good job. Then I also got, I've been wanting this one for a long time. The Earth Laughs in Flowers, or it just says The Earth Laughs is the title. But I've wanted this piece for a long time. I've actually had it in my cart for the cottage needle on Etsy for a while. And, you know, she can do that because she has a very large stockpile. And then I found this. Oh my gosh. I love everything Thanksgiving. Oops, sorry if that made a noise.
This one?
Okay. I love everything Thanksgiving. It's more about the phrase of thanks and being grateful than it is necessarily about the motifs of like a pumpkin and things like that. But I love this one. I think it's just called Give Thanks. And, or wait, no, is this called the Queen of the Harvest? Yeah, Queen of Harvest. Queen of Harvest, that's what this one's called. And it says, give thanks for thy bounty. Oh, look at that. This came out also in 2014. So I'm liking her older stuff, it sounds like. Then, let's see, I thought I got, oh yeah, there he is, because this is also an older one. This one is Cornelia Amelia Trowell. And this is her sampler, age 10 years. It's on here, it says, beauty's a blossom that soon fades away, but virtue's a flower that will never decay. And I love this one. So this will be my first literal true sampler that I stitch, and I have no idea when I'm going to cast it on. But one of the things I already know is I'm going to make it my own. And while I absolutely love this right here, it's not going to have that on there. This is going to be an Emily sampler. So it's going to have my name on it. Here's the original, apparently, a picture of the original. This came out in 2021. So, and this is a big piece. And what I love about this is what really sold me, is all the research that she put into this about Caroline. So she's got a whole section on who was Caroline Amelia Trowell. So in New Romney, County Kent, Caroline was born on April 16th, 1857 in southeast England. Kent County is best known as the Garden of England. So it just goes on from there. I mean, and even before that, let's see. I began researching 10-year-old Caroline Amelia Trowell. I like to talk. Oh, wait, no, hold on. There we go. I purchased this sampler from a sampler dealer from the United Kingdom. There's sampler dealers? What? She thought, so what? I mean, come on. And then from Teresa Kogut, Well, I know I can purchase directly from Teresa Kogut. This piece I've been wanting for a while, and Rochelle had it there, so why also pay for shipping, right? So I got Serenity. I love this. And I am a part of Teresa Kogut's Patreon, so I could have gotten it for cheaper with my secret coupon code that you get as being a part of the tier that I'm in. I don't remember what tier I'm in. I don't know. But I just wanted to support Rochelle, and I really wanted that piece. I have no plans to even start it, so it's not like I needed it immediately, but still. Then the last four patterns I got, I knew I wanted this one. This is probably the only one of this series I will stitch. I'm not positive, but at the moment, that's what I'm feeling. And I am not going to stitch it all one color. It's going to be multiple colors. And it'll probably, I don't know. It might be, or I might use a variegated floss. Like maybe I'll use one of my Night Stalker flosses on this. That could be it. And then these all came out at market, and Rochelle made them into a kit for all three patterns. It's Little House Needleworks, and this is the Winterville Part 3, Part 2, and Part 1. So let's start with Part 1. The Country Store. Oh my gosh. Ah, I love it. Then we have Town Hall. And finally, we have Winter Woolens Shop. And you can stitch these all individually. You can stitch them all in a row. I have no idea what I'm going to do. The way Little House Needleworks worked it up is it's each one of those pieces uses the same exact floss threads, and they're all classic colorworks, and Rochelle had it all fitted up all together and in this nice beautiful package, and I could not say no. And oh my gosh, that is so luscious. I haven't worked with classic colorworks yet. I own some classic colorworks, but I haven't worked it up yet. So we've got gingerbread. We've got trail dust. Oh, I finally own a skein of hickory sticks. I've heard about this one so many times. Hickory sticks. Then stepping stones. Ponderosa pine. There's a lot of browns. No wonder I was drawn to this. Bramble bush. Oops, sorry. And I believe 2 of bamboo. Ooh, bamboo is nice and variegated. There's some really nice variegation in this bamboo that's totally not going to be picked up on the screen. But it's a very subtle variation. I didn't even notice it until I just saw it in the sunshine. But there's some like peachy yellow, but it's extremely soft. Yeah, this is so pretty. How do I make it look so that you guys can see all the colors? I mean, it's a very muted, duotone type colorway, but I love it. I love it. I want to stitch this so bad. I just can't even tell you. Wait a minute. No, I'm gonna be missing a piece. Because look, on the woolens one and stuff, there is blue. And then same with the country store. I don't have any blue floss. Hold on. I thought I had all the floss. Maybe I don't. Let's see here. You will also need the following: DMC 502, 504, 644, 840, 918, 931, and 950. Or flesh tone of your choice. Okay, so she kitted up all of the classic color works. Then I need to source the DMC. I got it now. Okay. I like that. All right. I've got no problem with that. I thought it was kind of like there wasn't enough colors here, but I was just going with it. I was too excited to question anything. So which is hilarious because pretty much the entire time all I did was ask Rochelle questions. She must have been exhausted after I left because holy cow, did I have questions for her. All right, I don't want to lose any of my classic color works. So if you guys want, you can get the entire kit from her. You could get all 3 patterns or just one. I got all 3. So you can get this on her Etsy store and get going on it too. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? I think I'm gonna start this, I don't know, maybe the fall or maybe midsummer. Maybe it'll be a birthday start. I don't know. I'm thinking I'll probably be starting with the country store first because while I love the woolen store, what drew me and got my attention was the country store first off. Just absolutely love that. So I guess these are market releases this year. Yeah, copyright 2026. So there you go. Then I got one piece of stitching fabric from her. This is from PTP Fabrics. And I don't know what this means. Chabless is the colorway, I'm assuming. It's 32 count Lugana. What size is this? So this is an 18 by 27, but it's nice and variegated. See that variegation? I love it. And then the last thing I got from her, let me find it really quick. She actually has Teresa Kogut's fabric. And she was so generous with me. I won't tell you what kind of discount she gave me, but she gave me a discount on this fabric. And so I guess Riley Blake is technically Teresa Kogut. Riley Blake Designs. I didn't know that. But anyway, I don't know. This is the Hip Hop Hooray color fabric line. And it's very, like, they said it was very Eastery, but to me, I just feel like this would be really fun for all kinds of things. And there's some of it that I think would be perfect for paper piecing, and there's some of it that would be perfect for, like, I'd love to make a project bag. Like, that would be fun. And these are all, I think, fat quarters or something like that, or yeah, fat quarter. I don't know. It just says FQ there. Is that a fat quarter bundle? I think. So I'm going to get an account with Moda because Rochelle told me that that's the best place to go for wholesale accounts for fabric. So I'm going to go and get that started. So I'm excited about that. But then switching over to Hobby Lobby, I got a lot at Hobby Lobby. So I'll go through it really quick. Let's start with the fabric. So now that we don't have Joanne's up here, I let myself just kind of have a grand old time at Hobby Lobby. But then I was a little disappointed. I thought Hobby Lobby had a lot more fabric than this store did. This store concentrated way more on knickknacks and tchotchkes and cups and plates and things like that for your kitchen and decorations for whatever holiday was coming up rather than the crafts. So for instance, the yarn had 1.5 aisles. That's it. Then the cross stitch had one side of one shelf. And it didn't even have the whole side because actually there was tools for knitting and things further down that shelf. And so, yeah. And then the sewing. But I did find some really cute stuff. So I'll just show you. I thought these were really good staples. So I either got things that I thought would be great for paper piecing and or using for backing fabric or finishing fabric for my cross stitch. So I thought this was perfect for that. I love the pinstripes. So this is 44th Street Fabric Co. And this is a fat quarter bundle. And then this is from Fabric Palettes. I don't know. But I just thought that was so cute. These are all these little foxes and owls. And it's so cute, cute, cute. And let's see, I got this one was just as literally, I mean, it even looks a little bit like linen, but I just thought these were really good staples. So I got that. That was also from 44th Street Fabric Co. Then random fat quarters I got that I just thought were, like I said, would be perfect in some way just to have around all of this. Okay, so super quick. I could not pass this up. Gnomes. Gnomes! And then, of course, chickens. There were two different kinds of chickens. So I think I got two of each fat quarters, and I love chickens. So let me see, where's the other chicken? Let me find it really quick. Did I not get the other chicken? Ah, there it is. And then this chicken. Very folksy, this one. And then some good staples, I feel like. Like this would be really great for paper piecing. This one would be more, I feel like, I mean, I could do paper piecing, but maybe more backing fabric. And then this one I think would be fun for paper piecing, even if it didn't show the whole motif. I think that it would still have a lot of interest. Same with this one. I've got two of those. I think I got two of everything. This one is perfect for paper piecing, right? And then this one, which, I mean, I don't think I would want to do paper piecing on this, but that would be lovely as a bag. I'm just saying. Then, as far as I got some other doodads. No, let's stick with cross stitch for now. So for cross stitch, the thread I got from them, they had these thread packs by this company called Artis. And I think that's Hobby Lobby's brand. And so I just got one of each of their collections. So this collection is pastel. And I asked ChatGPT if this was equivalent to a DMC conversion like CXC is generally. I don't think it is. So I'm just going to have fun with this, like pick out pieces that I absolutely love and just have fun on a piece, you know? This collection is called Earthy Boho. I love this one. So I guess the company is called Iris. You see it on the label there? Iris. Then this one is called Fall. Then this one is Muted. I love this one too. This one is, oh, I've already showed you pastel, so I must have gotten two of the pastel. Oh, okay. And this one is called Harvest. I'm surprised I didn't get two of the Harvest. This one I think is my favorite. I wonder if I thought I did get two. Anyway, so that's the floss I got. Then for the fabric, I just got some staples. Now these cuts aren't very big. Each of these cuts are things like 18 by 25, which, is still a good size, honestly. But really, they didn't have, oh no, this is not, I did not get that there. I brought that with me. So the cuts are 11 by 18. So I got 1, 2, and then I'm stitching on one. I got 3 25 count Lugana, and all of these are Zweigart based. Then in the 14 count, I think that's the only other size I got. They didn't have a great selection. They have like maybe, I think they had a stark white in 16 count, and I didn't want a stark white. I wanted some interest. And so all of the ones that were interesting were all in 14 count. And even the second time that I came back to Hobby Lobby, it was still like that. So I don't know. Maybe 14 count is really their bread and butter. But I got the colorway Spa on 14 count. I got the colorway Vintage Oat, which I love the variegation, so I'm going to go right to it. Look at that variegation on that Vintage Oat. Oh, it's so luscious. Same with this one, Vintage Blue. I got two of these because I just had to. Oh, that is not showing blue at all. That's showing green. Oh, You poor things. No, it's a beautiful sky blue. It looks like clouds, like a soft, wispy clouds. Oh, it's beautiful. And the last one I got is ivory. Nice staple. Oh, no, that's not the last one because in these larger cuts, I believe these are larger cuts, 14 by 18, I got 28 count ivory. I got 2 of these, but when I got them back and I was looking at them, they are 2 different colors. This one is a lot more tan and this one has green in it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I can see that. See the green in this one? That's not. I thought Zweigart wasn't hand dyed. I'm still gonna find stuff to use it on it, but still, I was really surprised. Then I did get one stark white, a 28 count white. Then I got a 16 count ivory in Ada, and a 28 count ivory in I'm so sorry, 28 count even weave. There we go. And even these, well, no, these are closer, but it makes more sense that these look different because Ada is going to dye differently than even weave. This one has, I would say, a little bit more peachy color to it. This is all saying it through the package too. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. It's very subtle on these ones, so I doubt you can see it on the screen. Then I thought I got more than one, but I can only find one of their bookmark sets with the lace trim. Isn't that cute? They had this to make an apron, I think, or did I get this at Walmart? Because I was also just looking everywhere. And we had to go to Walmart to get me some luggage. And then I, of course, stopped by the cross stitch and I found this. And I was like, my Walmart has practically nothing in the cross stitch section. So I'm going to look. Wouldn't it be fun to do a cross stitch or an embroidery on an apron? But then also at Hobby Lobby, they had these floss sack towels. And this is a set of 2, right? So this is perfect for embroidery, craft projects, or daily kitchen use. And I think I've got 2 in here. I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna, 2 towels, approximately, and they're hemmed, approximately 32 inches by 37 inches. That's pretty big. At least in my head it is. So I'm gonna do something on here. And one thing that I'm really sad about is that Hobby Lobby does not ship to Alaska. My dog is dreaming and he's growling. Must be having a grand old time. So then the notions, the little notion things I got. We got this little bag from Dollar Tree for $1.50. Love it. I just got some, it's called a needle card and it's just got some needles in it, I guess. I'm gonna open it and find out, but honestly, the packaging is what sold me. All right, let's just be honest. I got some paper piecing templates. I got 3 different. Where's my other one? Well, I can't find it, but I've got 3 different. I liked these because it gives the hem allowance if you want to have the hem allowance, or you can pop it out without it. So it gives you the a 1/4 inch seam allowance on these. So you got all these templates. Oh, here's the other ones. I got the diamonds. Then I got some Fray Check liquid seam sealant. I got this because my project that I'm working on for Eli, the Rio de Janeiro, the fabric is really fraying. And so I kind of thought to myself, why don't we give this a try? I want to see how this works on that fabric. I got another fabric pin. And then buttons wise, I'm going to make these into needle minders. And I might resell these or give them away. I don't know. Right now I'm leaning more towards gifts and myself. But then this one. And then they had this set of buttons that I thought was super cute. And then they had this set of needle minders, which I really liked, especially because of the back. Isn't that cute? They did a fabric overlay or covering of the magnet. My dog is making the funniest noises as he sleeps. I think that is, oh no, one last thing I got from Hobby Lobby. I think that's the last thing. So I got this, no, second to last thing. I got this Yarnology toolkit, which I really like. If I can open it. Oh, it was already open. It's got a magnet in here so I can use it for my needles, but it's also got some really good staples in here with scissors. I got two of these. I've been using one the whole time I was gone. It's perfect. Love it. And I got this needle something or other. I don't know if I'm supposed to remove this bottom thing here, or to leave it. I just don't know. So I haven't used this needle case yet. Then the one yarn store I went to was in Ashland, Oregon, which is very close to Medford, Oregon. But instead of buying any yarn, I bought some Shishiko supplies. I bought myself the pattern, mixed pattern. This is on Sashiko cloth. And I got some different colors. There was no reason for me to get this Shishiko floss, this one particular color. I just absolutely loved it. And I had been thinking that I was going to try and stitch the windmill pieces with this Shishiko floss. I ended up not doing that, but I did end up getting, oh, and then this purple. Those were the two just impulse buys. But I ended up getting some different Shishiko floss of different blues. So I can do something, or I can gift this on to my niece so she can use that because she loves to stitch with Shishiko. She does bags all the time. And then the last thing I got from that one is this called Loomis Row Counter. It's a digital row counter ring. And I thought that would be super useful for my stitches, for my cross stitching. And then the other last thing I got from the dollar store was these guys. This is from, okay, honey, this was from the office section, but it's magnetic. So I thought it'd be really, I'm going to try using it for needles or just a catch-all for my stitching. So, and that's it. Besides from that, we have a lot of rocks, a lot of shells, a lot of just, I did get, Jimmy, well, technically I got a baseball hat, but Jimmy ended up taking it from me the whole time. And
I did.
you did. Good job, baby. You are being so independent right now.
I want to eat no faster.
Okay, faster and faster. There you go, my love.
I love you.
I love you too.
You too.
I love my son. Okay. Calm down, Emily. Just because he's super cute. Oh, I got a baseball cap to kind of help me protect my head from the sun. Jimmy ended up taking it. And so what I ended up doing instead of using that hat for myself, I just let Jimmy have it. And then all these different places we went, like the redwoods and these beaches and stuff, the one thing that we got from like gift shops and stuff is getting an enamel pin to then put on his hat. And it's so freaking cute. He loves his little pins on his hat. And it shows the entire journey that we went on these last 3 weeks. And I'm so happy with it. But so that is my haul. That was a lot. I did spend, on this stuff, between the three places that I went, I know I was under budget, which I gave myself $500, but I don't think I was much under that. And I gave myself $500 because I don't get to go to these places. In Alaska, we don't have that. We just have Michael's. I mean, yeah. And so I told myself that I could, this is probably the one time I'm going to get to travel out of state for who knows how long, because this was the first time I traveled out of state in 5 years. So, so that's like $100 per year, right? So that's what I gave myself. And I know I was under budget on it. Not by much though, I don't think. But there won't be, like, I was doing really good on no buying. So I'm going back to that. Besides from, like I said, buying floss doesn't count. And overall, buying fabric doesn't count, but I really don't need to buy any fabric. So I'm all good there. I mean, you can just always figure out. Sorry. I'll try and cut that part out. There was just somebody suspicious at our mailboxes, and we've had a thief stealing all of our packages and our mailboxes. And I didn't recognize the car for a minute there, and so I was like, "Oh no, is that the thief? What do I do?" Anyway, so I allowed myself to have fun for a change. But I'm going back. It's not that I'm going back on this no buy kick because I have spent too much money or anything like that. I just want to focus my spending elsewhere. Like, my son is growing, and he's going to need new shoes soon. He's going to need he's almost out. He's only turning 4 next month, and he's almost grown out of 4Ts. So, and buying the house, which we're not even sure is going to happen anymore. We are probably moving back into the condo and giving up for this year the idea of selling it. It's a whole long spiel. I won't get into it. But so I just want to focus my energies and my spending elsewhere. Plus, I really want to build up our savings account back up again. So that's what I've been focusing on this year. So our savings account took a hit for this trip because it wasn't just, me being, that $500 for that. I had to, my parents are very generous. So they did purchase a lot of meals for us, but, groceries for 3 weeks and little fun things for Jimmy and events and things that are to-dos, activities and things like that. And there were other things. So, but my parents spent way more money than me. Way more. My parents they are generous to a fault. Let's just put it that way, at least to their children. To the rest of the world, probably not. But to their children, their 6 children, my parents want to give us the world. And I want the same thing for Jimmy. So I can't help myself. Anyway, so that's what's been happening. So I'm going to go and edit this, try to get it up today. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll edit it while I'm convalescing in the hospital tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I've had a fun time with y'all. Thank you for joining me. And remember, stitch what you love and love what you stitch. I'll talk for now.